Hold on, y'all. Yeah, it's your boy Twan Da Don, and I'm back with another Jagweezy Viddy for the ladies and the geezies. Okay, now look. First off, we're gonna start with the tea time for me time, pretty please time, and that moment of silence for the people who are doing down bad today. Okay, now look. This video is gonna be on Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence in the Jacksonville 5. Okay, Trevor Lawrence in the Jackson 5. Okay, now, this is my first game on Madden 23, and since the season is starting next week and we're going up against the Commanders, I figured what would be the best thing to do is send them through the preseason and start my first video on the Jackson 5. Do it against the Commanders. Now, the bad thing about this is this. Trayvon Walker got injured in the game against the Falcons, so he will not be in this game. Okay? But we're going to start it like this. I'm going to tell you the player, and I'm going to tell you what they need to do that will lead them to a good season and thus proving the doubters wrong. Okay? And we're going to start like this. We're going to start with, let's start with the defense since I'm on defense right now. How about that? Okay, so the first person, of course, it is the #1 pick in the draft, and you know that is no other than Trayvon Walker. And look, he looks better than everybody else as far as defensive that people were saying should go #1, who might go #1. He looks better than the rest. You know what I'm talking about? At least in the preseason he did. Now look, Trayvon Walker, right? If he continue what he was doing in the preseason, okay, he needs to continue, build off of what he was doing in the preseason. All right? Now, next thing he needs to do, okay? Next thing he needs to do is this right here. He needs to have 10 or more sacks, okay? 10 or more sacks. You hear me? We need to have 10 or more sacks. I'm just saying. Now, he needs to have 10 or more sacks. I'm just saying. Now, also, he needs to study film. Study film on the guy he's going up against that week. Study film on the offense that week, because there's going to be a lot of players who are coming in and they're like, oh, well, he's a rookie. I'm about to show him, I'm a vet. And that does matter a lot. That knowing, it matters. It does matter. I'm not going to say it doesn't. Because it definitely does. Okay? Now, you seen that big hit on Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd, that's an honorable mention. If he does good, then we definitely have something in the works. Now look, back to Trayvon. He needs to study film, okay? And something that he did not do in my game in Madden, he needs to stay healthy, okay? He needs to stay healthy. And there's something, this is a key thing in the making sure that he has a good season and the Jaguars have a good season, okay? This last thing. He needs to be competing for or win the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, okay? Now, all of this will lead to a good season, thus proving the doubters wrong. All right? Now, the next guy on defense, okay? That would be none other than Josh Allen. All right? Yes, Josh Allen. Now, the reason I put Josh Allen in here is because he is the heart. He's the heart of the defense, okay? Now, with that being said, what does Josh Allen have to do? Well, Josh Allen has to play every game at an elite level. Not every other game, not 2 games straight, then one he's good. We need him to be elite every game. Not good. We need him to play elite every game, okay? And when he does that, we have a good, solid defense, and we stop the opposite team from scoring as much. Now, peep game, right? He needs to have, where'd I put this? he needs to have 15 plus sacks. Okay? He has to have 15 plus. He has to have a sack or more a game. That will lead us. That will lead him to a good season for sure. Not only will that lead him to a good season, but that will lead the defense to a good season. Now look, this is something that Josh Allen said he wanted to do. These last two things. And if he does these last two things, which I feel like if he does these last two things, they kind of will go hand in hand, okay? He said he wants to be the defensive player of the year, okay? Also, he wants to force more turnovers. And I think if he has more turnovers, it will lead him to having more chance at being defensive player of the year, especially coming off the line. Now, the one thing that people don't realize about Josh Allen is this. Josh Allen is a motor. He strives to be better. He wants to be better. He wants to be the best. Okay, that's just how he is. Okay, and like I said, if he has a sack or more every game, the odds of him becoming defensive player of the year, it'll increase. Okay, that'll be 17 sacks. Okay, with just a sack a game, 17. I kicked that field goal was horrible. Now look, the last defensive player. You know what I'm talking about? The last defensive player that we need to the last Jackson 5 member, the last defensive player on the last defender on the Jackson 5, okay, that we need, and I think this is really, really big, that we need to be himself, that would be, and I know y'all are going to be surprised that I said this, but he's a huge, vital part of this defense. That is Foyesade Oluokun, okay? Yes, Foyesade Oluokun. The guy I'm trying to rock him with now. But yes, listen, Foyesade Oluokun led the league in tackles, okay? He did it on Atlanta, okay? In Atlanta, of all places. And he got better each year. That's the thing. You get better every year, and that will increase. That will get your what is it I'm looking for? That'll get your ranking up. That'll get your worth to go up, okay? Oh, I'm coming for this one. Told you. Now look, Foyesade Oluokun needs to do this. He needs to stay top 3 in tackles, okay? He needs to continue to force turnovers, all right? Now the last thing, or another thing, he needs to lead that linebacking group. He needs to be leading them. If something goes wrong, he needs to be the one to make it right. If something goes right, he needs to be the one to continue to make sure it does stay that way. Now, to me, this will help him and help us have a great season. He needs to have 4 more sacks than he did last year. He needs to get at the quarterback a little more. That's my only knock on Foyesade Oluokun, okay? Now, if he does all these things, this will lead to a good season, thus proving the doubters wrong, okay? Now look, we're going to go to the offense now. You know what I'm talking about? Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville 5, okay? Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville 5. Now we're going to start with Sunshine. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. We're going to start with Trevor Lawrence. He needs to limit the turnovers, okay? He needs to limit the turnovers, okay? Now, he needs to have 10 or less, in my opinion. He needs to have 10 or less. He needs to do this. This is what will help him significantly. And I believe he did this in the preseason. He needs to take what is given to him. He needs to take what's given to him. When you take what's given to you, other things open up. The thing you really want starts to open up. You know what I'm saying? It just does. Okay? He needs to believe in his new receiving core. What do you mean by that? what I mean is, it just seems like he didn't believe in many receivers. And in the preseason, you could tell he was really forcing it to Treadwell. You could tell that his wife and Treadwell's wife is best friends. But he needs to believe in the new receiving core. I believe in all of them. And I believe in that in Marvin Jones Jr., Marvin Jones Sr. as well. Is it Junior or Senior? Junior, my bad. I believe in Jones already. Now, Zay Jones, he earned my trust, and Christian Kirk already had my trust from last year. Now, to me, all of this will lead to him having a good season, thus proving the doubters wrong. And I'm gonna use this comparison. Joe Burrow. He didn't have a bad season his rookie year, but he just got injured, right? And then he comes back, and look at him. So in his second season, I believe that he believed in his receiving core, and you could tell because he was slinging it up to him, double coverage, single coverage. You know, he was slinging it to him. And to me, that's the type of thing that Trevor needs to do. Okay. Now, let's go to his running mate in college, who is the fourth member now that I'm going to mention on the Jackson 5. Okay? Now, with that being said, Travis Etienne. Okay? Yes, Travis Etienne. What does he need to do for the Jackson 5? The Jackson 5, right? These are the key players to me that if they do the things that I say, that I'm telling you, I believe that we will win a lot of games and that we will have a successful season. Not only will they have a successful season, not only will they probably make Pro Bowl if they do these things right, but they will help us have a successful season. Now peep game, you guys. Travis Etienne. He needs to be patient, okay? Then attack. He needs to be patient and then attack. He doesn't need to try to force it, you know. Be patient. When you see the hole, boom, attack it. That's what we need from him. Be patient. When you see the hole, attack it. That's all we need from him. Now, he also needs to take what is given to him. He needs to take what is given to him. What I mean by that is those 3-4 yard plays, take that, okay? And the same thing as Trevor having faith in the wide receivers, he needs to have faith in the linemen, okay? He needs to have faith that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. And that they're going to actually block for him. They're going to create those holes for him. They're going to get that there for him. Now, Travis Etienne, right? He needs to make the most out of his mismatches, okay? If it's a mismatch, he needs to make the most out of it. What I mean by that, if it's a mismatch, if it's a linebacker on him, he needs to be able to beat him for the play and get wide open immediately. If it is a slower safety or a slower corner on him, he needs to make that play. That's all I'm saying. He needs to make that play. Okay? Now, he needs to stay healthy. That means a lot. Staying healthy means a lot. Okay? Now, peep game. Okay? All of this, it will what? It will lead to a good season, thus proving the doubters wrong. One thing Travis Etienne needs to do is the opposite of whatever Snoop Conner is doing. That's just the truth. Do the opposite of Snoop Conner. Whatever he's doing ain't working. Do something different. You feel me? Now, we're going to get to the last member here. Alright? The last member of Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville 5. The last member is the person who just caught that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. It's none other than that guy they said we overpaid for, which now in hindsight, y'all be like, we ain't paid much for him at all. And yes, I'm talking about Christian Kirk. Okay? Christian Kirk. Okay? Now look, Christian Kirk to me is an intricate part in this. He's an intricate part in this of us having a successful season. Like for real. Now, Christian Kirk. What does he have to do? He has to step it up one more level. Show that he is that one. Show that he is that one. Okay? He has to step it up one more level. Okay? He has to lead our team in catches. Okay? He has to lead the team in catches. Okay? He has to lead the team in touchdown catches too. Okay? Look. He needs to lead the team in catches. He needs to lead the team in targets. He needs to lead the team in catch percentage. He needs to have over 1,250 yards. 1,250 yards or more. Okay? He has to win. Like, and I hate to say this, but to show that you're a star, that you're a one, that you're a true one, you have to win all of your one-on-one matchups. Every single last one of them, you have to win them. Okay? Now, with that being said, okay, he has to make those deep ball catches. Okay? He has to stretch the field and make those deep ball catches. He has to be Trevor Lawrence's favorite target. He just does. He has to be Trevor Lawrence's favorite target, okay? Now, with all of this I said, right? All the things I just said, that will what? That will lead to a good season and thus proving the doubters wrong. All right? All of this will lead to a good season and thus prove the doubters wrong. All right? I love it. You know what I'm saying? Honorable mentions, okay? Trevor Lawrence and the Jackson 5, there was some people that almost became a member. All right? Honorable mentions. We're going to start with Evan Ingram, okay? I started to put Evan Ingram on here because Evan Ingram is somebody I feel like if he plays good, then we actually have a huge chance. You feel me? A huge chance. Now, another honorable mention, I told you already, that was Devin Lloyd, you know. Devin Lloyd just being able to do what Chad Muma did and more would be wonderful for the team. And then another honorable mention. That is Luke Fortner. Yes, I am talking about the rookie center that we're going to be starting. And I think that he'll be there for years to come. Him and Trevor will become best buddies. You know what I'm saying? He'll be snapping that ball to Trevor for a while, for a long little time. Okay? And my last honorable mention is going to be, it was going to be Jamal Agnew. Because if Agnew can run and let's say he can get some punt returns and keep our special teams dangerous, nobody's going to want to kick the ball, punt the ball, none of that. Nobody. Nobody. Yeah, y'all saw that big boy throw. Mm-hmm. You know how it be. Now, you know me, right? Y'all know me by now. I'm not going to ask you guys to like the video. I'm not going to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel, okay? But what I am going to ask you guys to do, this is my real question. Do y'all enjoy it when I do these videos like this? When I do the little, when I play the Madden with the teams and you know, the whoop-de-whoop. Do y'all enjoy that? Alright? Comment. Let me know if you rock with your boy. Do you rock with the Jaguars? Who is your favorite Jaguar? You know what I'm saying? What do you expect from the Jaguars this season? Now, you seen my boy Zay Jones just catch that in traffic like he did in real life in the preseason. And I believe this is how it's going to look. The score, how it's looking right now, I don't even think it's going to be this at halftime. It would have been 6 to, it would have been 6. Just know that. to 17. Not no 15, because I missed some of them. I missed some of them, y'all. Don't hate me. Now look, like I said, I'm not going to ask you to like the video. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I'm going to ask you to do is comment. Let me know if you rock with me. Do you rock with me doing the videos like this? Do you rock with the Jaguars? Do you think that Josh Allen will have a real legit chance at being Defensive Player of the Year? Do you think that Trevor Walker will have a real chance at being the Defensive Rookie of the Year? Do you think anybody bet any money that Snoop Conner would win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Well, I thought he mossed him, but he didn't. Now, you know me. I leave y'all the same way with the 3. Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay.